Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Command Combat Battle Reports. Today we've got the Russians versus the French in Napoleon Total War. With me today is Troy.
Jeff, it's a good day to watch other people die.
It always is. Looks like the French already have these chasseurs à cheval, their cavalry rushing across this bridge, while the Russians are trying to get some Jaegers over there. I don't blame anyone for trying to get some Jägermeisters over. And the French are going to make sure they get that center island kind of area there, while they're rushing up to take that bridge too. That's sometimes, oh man, they are set up, they know what they're doing. They already have their voltigeurs over here putting up their, what is this called? It's, oh, you can say sticks. They're putting their sticks up.
They got their sharp, pointy sticks.
Pointed, what about pointed sticks? Alright, so
it was a real technological step forward when they figured out how to sharpen sticks. Up until that point, really, it was just kind of, lumps.
Yeah, in the battle between sticks versus lumps, usually it goes sticks. Alright, so let's see over here what the Russians have. They've got, over on this side, some Jaegers holding the front area. It looks like they got this hill up here to sort of watch over the town. They're going to put their cavalry back up. They probably tried to rush their cavalry up to that bridge area and weren't successful. They got the Jaegers up here, they're going to skirmish, and then their main line of musketeers into the back. You've got the general staff and lifeguard foot. So if anybody starts, drowning or something, they're ready. And meanwhile, it looks like they're sending some Uhlans over the long way around.
This building has fallen to the enemy.
We'll just have to see if they manage to make it. And the French have put in someone into the farmhouse. What is this? We got the Polish Legion here. It looks like there's no artillery in this one. That's sometimes a rule, but sometimes people play games where they say, okay, well, we just don't want any artillery in this, so that people have to go up and fight and not stand at the back, shooting each other. Well, it looks like they also left behind chasseurs à cheval in the back here. Just kind of watch. Oh, that's the reason why they have the pointed sticks over here, to watch against the very kind of flank that's actually happening over there, way in the back. And we got some skirmishing going on right up here.
This building has fallen to the enemy.
And just to clarify for first-time battlers, horses are faster than humans, and if used properly, it can both help you win the battle, but also allow you to make blue and dog food.
That's for that's for after the battle. Oh, man, they completely wiped that cavalry unit out. It looks like, what it looked like to me was the Russians did some kind of baiting action where they pushed forward the skirmishers to get the cavalry to charge in there. And then once the cavalry came in, they kind of pulled them back to finish them off. Oh, and then they have some more cavalry over here. Maybe they did the same kind of thing. And this cavalry learned from the first one and is getting back. So, first blood goes to the Russians.
As well as the first vodka, second vodka, and last vodka.
That's what I would want to do. And it looks like they're following it up with a move I enjoy doing. Once you hit their cavalry, follow them along with your cavalry, because then you can kind of use their fleeing troops as a screen. But didn't work too well, especially when they were shooting from the second floor.
Our men are running.
Historically, that maneuver was referred to as the Russian steamer.
Yeah, but this was one steam. Oh, what happened over here? Oh, okay, that's the French getting back to their lines. So we got some cavalry skirmish action happening here, and the Russians have lost the cavalry unit. They're retreating over there. So it looks like they've each lost a cavalry unit in that little skirmish. Meanwhile, this long march around is slowly making its way. Looks like they're kind of creeping around down the road. It'll be interesting to see how that happens. What's happening over on the other flank? Oh! It looks like the Russians have come across here with some of their cavalry and are trying to break through on this flank as well. Doesn't look like it's being very successful, though. You could serve a dinner on those guys.
Our men are running.
Oh, well, that looks like the Russians lost that flank. Let's see what happens on this other flank. They're still coming around. Oh, they probably saw the pointed sticks and are trying to go up and around it.
So far, the Russians are having their flanks handed to them.
Yeah. Well, that was like they've so far
First,
made.
they had their right cheek handed to them, and now we'll see what happens on the other one.
Well, this one they've lost 2 cavalry units. That's real bad for the Russians, and the French are following them up. It looks like they're going to try to use infantry to. Oh no, they still have some more cavalry over here. Oh,
the French were too clever and pulled back across the bridge before the Russians could spring a what they may have hoped was going to be a trap.
Yeah. Well, it looks like stalemate on that flank, and so the Russians and like right in the center there, they're all kind of, I think, staring each other down. I get the idea both sides want to do something by the flank. They don't want to rush up the center. And so they got a stalemate on the right, stalemate in the center. So I think we're just going to have to see what the Russians aren't pushing forward on the left. I wonder what's holding them up.
Well, they probably saw those sharp sticks.
Yeah, that's probably right, actually. Yeah, I get the idea the French are just like not concerned. They're like, oh, we'll let the sharp sticks do their work over on their left.
Our men are running, sir.
What's happening over here? Oh, well, it looks like in the center the French have won the skirmishing. That's usually the way things go. You got the skirmish battle and then the mainline battle. They seem to have won the skirmish battle. And over here, they're just kind of holding each other off, staring each other down on the right flank. Oh, and then you got more skirmishing over here. This almost looks like a World War II battle, or a World War I one. Ah, looks like they're lining up across the river there. We got Musketeers versus Old Guard. Now the Old Guard, they're very good with morale and quite good shots. But if the French can bring up some riflemen, well, which is exactly what they're doing, anytime you have a fight across the river, the riflemen are back.
Our general is under attack.
And looks like the Russians are going to try to make a push through the center here. Oh, well, meanwhile, they ran into the pointed sticks. They have successfully found the pointed sticks. Must have been an ambush for them. They're slowly making their way around, but finding themselves in an ambush situation. Oh, alright, looks like they're going to go ahead and try to make it run down here.
I'm kind of surprised, Jeff, with all the smoke and clouds. I would have thought one or the other would have petitioned to hold off until another day.
Well, you know, I don't think they believe in baseball rules. I think it was probably a pretty good move. The Russians...
Yeah, all they'd have to do is schedule a double-header battle.
Our men are running,
for
sir.
the next day.
Yeah. This isn't a nice enough day. So they're pulling those guys back. Meanwhile, over here, it's just like I predicted. The riflemen are doing a pretty good job. Oh, so the Russians are going to go ahead and send over some cavalry to try to get rid of those the riflemen. And they're seeing a main line there. Ooh, not a good day to be a cavalry soldier when you have a main line like that. The Old Guard there to shoot you down. Oh, but they see them pulling back, so they're going, all right, let's go for it. Oh, they're pulling into square formation. That's bad for the cavalry.
The Russian player just seems to be trying little odds and ends, little maneuvers to see what works, and in effect, in my opinion, it sucks.
Our men are running.
Oh, looks like, well, one of their tries was to go into this barn and try to take him out. Or into the farmhouse. Well, meanwhile, they're running through the town now. What happened on this left flank, anyway, by the way? Oh, I guess we missed it.
We missed the great battle of the sticks.
Oh, you know where it is their cavalry came running in here somewhere. I saw some of their cavalry. They must have come across this bridge.
I see a lot of horses there.
Yep, and then they got hit in this by these guys here, and that's probably why they went into the farmhouse. But I see a lot of Frenchmen there. I do not see a lot of Russians.
Yeah, it's a real sad indicator when the French look more organized than we do.
Yeah, that's always a bad day. Yeah, it looks like all we've got left are the guys in the farm. And meanwhile, these guys over here trying to get across this bridge. And it's not looking good for them over here either.
I'm not sure if the Russians came in with a real solid game plan, Jeff.
Oh, there we go. They actually made it across the bridge, though.
But now I think they did.
Well, so that's going to be their whole hope is trying to get this flank, because the center is, well, now the French are trying to take that farmhouse back, and the left, well, the point .6 seemed to stop them over there. So
Russian bridges falling down.
oh, and then yeah, the French have come up here and are finishing off whoever's left in the center.
Well, of course they're knocking off the center, Jeff. They are rather leftist.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Now that's another good piece of advice for the gamers out there. Never attack the French on their left flank. They are leftist and they fight pretty well in that area.
That's their thing. But it does look like they're about to take their farm back. Oh, the Russians do have a line left. They're not done in the center. But how are they doing on the right, though? Oh, it looks like they were pushed back across that bridge. Oh, and well, that's about how they're doing. They lost one of their units. Well, here's the thing. Actually, when the French have brought forward their riflemen, you know, it's a little bit like the Russians have regular musketeers versus riflemen across the river. It's a little bit like bringing a knife to a rifle fight.
Yeah, like bringing a rifle to an AR-15 fight.
Yeah, that's pretty much right. Got the knife to the gun fight. So now it looks like their only hope is in the center once again.
Sir, your general has been killed. This is a black day.
Oh, looks like we had a general killed.
Yeah.
That's not good. Well, it depends.
Depends on which side you're on.
Depending on how the battle's going, you might be better off losing your general.
He just doesn't want to see it. Yeah, it's true. If the general sucked, I mean, you know. Oh, it looks like they've, yeah, the French are taking back the farm.
So it's looking like the Russians have pretty well bought the farm at this point.
Just about. Well, they're certainly gonna try to storm it again, I think. Check it out. Here they go. They're gonna storm that thing.
That must be some
Chicken.
Good chicken.
We're hungry. Feed us. They seem to be milling about. They don't know quite what to do. This is kind of windows here. We haven't made it to the second floor yet. That's a lot of dead Russian bodies in there. Meanwhile, let's take a look over here, see if... Well, it looks like they're going alright. Well, we can't hold it across the river, so let's try to hold at the bridge. Well,
Oh, this is not going to be good.
Firing squad. Let's see there.
In a straight-up firing contest, I'll put my money on the French guys here.
Yeah.
I hate to admit that.
How dare you?
Of course, they don't seem to be getting rounds off very quickly. Oh, there we go. Now we got another broadside coming across.
They're slow to shoot, but very effective when they do, I think. But it does look like the Russians.
Well, the Russians got somebody coming in now.
Coming down on the flank.
Yeah, but I don't know if they'll be able to close within enough distance to really make a difference.
Yeah, they'll probably annoy the French.
Well, look at that. The French are reacting.
You know, though, what they were doing is they were dressing on their left. You know, when your enemy is over on the left, maybe you should dress on the right. You know, meaning that they, you know, you reform your line. Yeah, see how they're...
There he goes.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, no, he is...
We have taken the building, sir.
Oh, and it looks like the French won in the center because they're pulling up here. Oh, no!
Is that the Russians... sheep there? What's running away there?
Over here?
No, I thought...
Oh, that's...
French unit up there.
No, this
is... engaging. Oh,
yeah.
Cavalry against Infantry there.
That's their commander, actually. Going up and killing them personally. Well, screw you guys. Get the heck out of here. We kill you. We kill you till you're dead.
All hope is lost, sir. This battle
I was about to say, all hope is pretty well lost over there, and then over here with the farm. Looks like the French are trying to fight, take it back again. It's going to be wonderful to see fireworks. Probably have their teenage kids in there as well.
Well, this is really going to hurt the tax valuation of the neighborhood, Jeff.
That's true. You know, I hate when they come in and they screw up. It's just, there goes the neighborhood. Oh, and looks like they lost it over on this side, too.
Yeah, I feel bad for the neighbors because obviously I think the covenants and restrictions of that neighborhood probably didn't include language about warfare.
Yeah, so that just reminds you all, folks, be sure to read your insurance policies. Well, that about does it. Thank you all for watching. Be sure to subscribe, watch us on Facebook, Twitter, and all those places, and happy gaming, everyone.